So starting today, we're going to be actually performing some serology tests. And the first one we're going to perform is going to be testing for whether or not a patient has an increased level of C-reactive protein or CRP. I mentioned in the previous video where I explained the serology kits that every kit has in it what's called a package insert. The package insert is going to have the maker of the test, StanBio for CRP, the test itself, procedure numbers may be there, and then this is going to be an agglutination test that uses latex particles, and we will see whether or not antibodies are binding to antigens based on the clumping of these white latex particles. So when you're reading any package insert, you will see that they basically have the same sections in the package insert. First, you will see the purpose of the test. Here you see intended use. Intended use is the same as the purpose. Why are we doing the test? And for CRP, we are doing the test to see if a person has a high level of C-reactive protein in their serum or plasma sample. Next, you will see the principle of the test. The principle of the test is what is actually happening microscopically during the test. What antibodies are binding to what antigens to cause clumping to happen. After that, you will see there's always an explanation of the reagents in the test, and here there are latex particles that have antibodies attached to them. You see that there's an explanation of what is in the positive control and what is in the negative control. Next, there may be situations where a person has a very, very high level of CRP and a dilution may need to be made. So there's always a buffer in the kit that should be used for making dilutions. Materials that are provided in the kit, materials that you will also need. We will always need a timer because a test will need to be performed for a certain amount of time. And then the qualitative method. Qualitative, you should remember from Intro to MLT, means a positive or a negative. And it will give us the step-by-step procedure on how to perform a qualitative method to determine if a person has an increased level of CRP. On this package insert, I have to turn it over to the back to actually see the step-by-step procedure. And you'll see the steps listed one by one, how to perform the procedure. Please watch the CRP procedure video to actually visualize how this test is performed. You will also see in every package insert what's called a semi-quantitative method. A semi-quantitative method is where we will be making doubling dilutions of a patient sample and testing that patient sample to see just how dilute we can make a patient's serum or plasma and still get a positive result in this test. I will be also showing you this for this CRP test in the CRP procedure video. Lastly, results. A package insert will always tell you how to read results for the qualitative method and for the dilution or semi-qualitative method. There are always going to be limitations to every test, some things that may prevent a reaction from happening, or some things that may cause a reaction to happen, but are not actually indicating an increase in CRP in the test. There will also always be what are called performance characteristics. These have to be included in a package insert to show us in the lab just how good this test is at being both accurate and at being reproducible. So it will have all of the information here on accuracy and reproducibility. And there are always references at the end where the information for purpose and principle were taken from. So whenever you are doing any lab from now on, the first instruction for the lab in your instruction sheet is to read the package insert so that you can understand what we are actually going to be doing in the procedure video.